Hello, Suzette, my beautiful one. How are you, my beautiful, sweet rainbow? How are your tuning forks? Are you working with them? Would you like to come and share them on my show one day? I would love that. Do you think you could do that? Can you hear me? I think I'm there. I never know. No? So, welcome to Friday. Wow. How are we doing with energy and all? So let us clear the temples. It's such a beautiful day. I don't know if you've had a beautiful day out there. And Josh, good dawning to you, beautiful one. Yeah, we're kind of winding down after a really beautiful day of golden sunshine. I've really been in a very, 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 very mellow and beautiful space. It's been really, really beautiful indeed. Yeah. So I hope everybody else's universe has been really awesome. So yeah, what are we seeing in our universe today? Big, because beautifully mellow in spite of these huge energies that are flowing in. Hey Josh, I think you've also mellowed down. I'm so glad you have a dog for a while. Looks so much like my Yuki buns. So I hope you're enjoying good walks. Oh, okay. Can't you just use a stick from the forest? Hey, PG, my beautiful, how are you? Flying high, flying low, flying in between, all over. Been busy. I forgot to send you. I wanted to send you some moonshine last night. I will send you some moonshine tonight so that you can have extra moonshine. It's because we have moon time here while you have daytime. Your mouse, you must give it some cheese. Can't use your fingers. Okay. So yeah, very, very, very golden energies. Lots of walks. Really enjoying the walks. They still haven't succeeded. I'm pleased to report we still have blue skies. While I remember, the sun is changing. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but you can listen a bit to Stefan Burns. But I think we've all felt that for a while, and very soon. I'm not sure if he's also not sure if it's now or if it's coming up in another little while. Obviously, it'll take over a couple of 1,000 years, but we are definitely, hi Trista, we are changing the sun energy. So it's really important. I mean, we've been having two suns and we've changed the sun energy for quite a while. It used to be a yellow sun and now we have white sun. But the energy is definitely changing hugely. So I strongly suggest it's like, the last of the wine batch, yeah, so that you go and get some of the sun because it's Millie, my beautiful little silkworm. That was so beautiful. It sent me off on a whole tangent. Yeah. Yeah, the silkworm. Yeah, as I said, I've been doing lots of walks and it was it's strange because I did think of you because it was on my top with a little caterpillar, and I saw this little dark green caterpillar had obviously been dancing under the trees a bit. And when I wanted to take him off, he didn't want to go off it, and he had like, you know how they have that silken thread, and I thought, oh, it's like that little sticky thread that he wants to hang on there, his little thing. And then I thought, okay, well, caterpillars immediately with transformation. It's funny, I didn't think of silk right away. It was only when you kind of mentioned it, so thank you very much for that. And then I thought, oh, God, of course, silkworm, all the silk, the silk, the silk, and that's what I've been really working with the last couple of days. Silk and, yeah. Oh, yeah, try to get out as much as you can. It's just so important. Even if you open your window or even if you just visualize it in your head, It's just really important to touch a tree and touch Mother Earth and whatever else you do to ground, to connect with her. Yeah. Um, so I've been doing a lot of changing colors. I was going to do a whole thing of the last few couple of weeks, and when I looked at it, I thought, it's so like fast. We really are into just such new energy, and I'm still stuck into it. I'm really enjoying it there. And just really working with the gold body and the rainbow body. It just feels really important at the moment. Um, it's so nice when you do things just because you think that it's the right thing to do. And as time goes on a little bit, it's just keep getting how important it is and how much more energy is oh please, I'd love to see it. Huh. Oh, that'll be awesome. What interesting history. I've just seen a veranda or from the veranda and the beautiful trees and such a beautiful view. Really special to have such a beautiful little rambling wild house. Yeah. I do miss that. But I have this beautiful pristine energy outside there. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be grateful for so much. Yeah. So let us clear. It's okay. I did too for a long time, Suzette. Once you'll get used to it, you'll get into it. I think we're all kind of getting into it a little bit more. It's not really used that much. Or maybe privately we can use it a bit. But it is stuff really nice. On color therapy. Oh, beautiful. Okay, very nice. Your color is very interesting. It's just so interesting. That brings me also to the turquoise. I did tell you that was when I was doing these clothes. And we closed because it was an office. And we closed up her boardroom because I was painting a turquoise. I did a wash with gold. And we didn't tell anybody because everybody would have, the people would have said, "Oh, you're crazy, you can't paint the boardroom turquoise." But the next day, I'd say everybody, let's say almost everybody, was wearing turquoise to work. There was this guy who was like so camp, but he wasn't gay. And he was Portuguese, so they very ostentatious dresses. He was wearing this black turquoise tie, but other people had on like a pale turquoise cardigan or a white and turquoise striped shirt. It was just so obvious that everybody had been. I mean, nobody knew what we were doing. So that's just the energy of color. Oh, hello, big flashes going on in my computer. Lots of stuff going on the computer. But I am really trying to calm down and just take it in like the caterpillar in little. That was my first thought. My first thought after that then was the very hungry caterpillar. We all know that, or lots of us know that story. And then it was, oh, it's the message of caterpillar. It's just to nibble very slowly. And they can do an immense amount of eating in a day, and just continuously nibble, which is really working with that nibble of keeping the energy up. I do it when I'm out. It's easier when I go out. It's my place. So find your place where you can keep your energy and your meditation going, whether it's in the bath or the shower or washing dishes or going out. And it's just so wonderful when it clicks in. Ta-ding! And you don't have to like work so hard at it and focus so hard on making it manifest. And then just keep the momentum, because it's all about momentum. It's all about a muscle. And it's all about creating this incredible gold body so that we can just, whoop, who knows when, but we'll just take it step by step, moment by moment. I said that a while back when I was working with our trauma, and just hanging into some stuff, and it was like it's almost like that alcoholic period just for today. I could do it in like 2-day increments, and then there was somebody's birthday, and then another 3 days, and then there was something. So don't look at it as if you've got to do this stuff for the rest of your life. Just take it in little batches. I found that was very helpful, just to get oneself on the road and focusing or changing a new pattern. Thanks, Millie 1212. So and that was so interesting because I also only struck me a bit afterwards because I've really been in La La Land. No, in a very beautiful healing space after my bed. So turquoise has really come in for me, and it's like so I'm seeing a lot of beautiful orbs all over the place of that intense, beautiful deep turquoise. So it's like opened up some kind of DMT in my brain. I also saw some purple today, and I thought of you, Lily. Are you still seeing beautiful, colorful orbs around? And if you're not, it's okay. Maybe you guys are smelling. Maybe you're feeling it. It will come eventually. Everybody will start seeing the color. Mhm. I know, isn't it nice? We can just make wishes whenever we want. Yeah. Color therapy is amazing. But and thanks for that, girl. I did watch her. She's beautiful. She's absolutely lovely. Oh, with the Black Lilith, yeah. Um, I did Black Lilith before I went to it started before I went to America, and it was actually mainly through music. And then I Incubus and Swiss told you, the higher I got, the more heavy the music got. Marilyn Manson, Guns N' Roses. Well, it started with Guns N' Roses. Um, yeah, before I listened to like 60s, 70s music from the States. Sort of hippie era, I don't know, yeah. I didn't do 80s music. I missed that one out completely in my life. Yeah. I never did popular music. Mm. So that's where I went down that very interesting road. And then Nina Hagen, so that was almost exploration of the dark lily. The Black Goddess, I hear that what she says, but I think it's a lot more simple than that, which is a lot more scary. And when people really find out when it becomes big, known, it's going to be like really what that is. Jesus was, I don't think Jesus was a white man, and I'm not sure about his mother. Moses was not a white man. And these come from Ethiopia, and a little while ago, Russia exposed a whole lot of the old paintings of the Madonna. It's also very. You can. I'll talk about it some other time. The Ethiopian church, no, because They went two ways. They split to the Ethiopian, the Christians from Jerusalem. They split that way and that of course ties in with the Silk Road as well. And the Moors and the learning along that road. And there were a lot of people much later, because I'm not sure. Maybe that's why it's just called the Dark Ages. But nobody really knows what was happening in Europe at that time. Maybe they were inventing the caveman. Because I also don't. I think that's a big myth that we wouldn't be East to. But the Black Madonna revolves very much to the sea and to the ancient African religions, which I don't really want to talk about too much today. I smell these flowery scents. Yeah, she's very nice. Yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous, and she's the right person to be talking about that. Yeah. I really smell. I smell carnations, and I smell honeysuckles, and I smell jasmines, and I smell sunshine. Whoever's around, I'm very like it's. I think because I did ask for it, that I really needed to know, a long time ago, so that I do smell angelic. The bad ones too. It depends how good they are. Oh my goodness, are we not in interesting times? And we have a new Popolini. Oh, Gardenia. Gardenia is my most favorite. My gardenia. Oh, I love gardenia. Is my most favorite flower smell in the whole world. She used to grow lots, but none of it is funny like big bugs, but that's fine. And they make a big noise, and they spit on you, and all the gardenias get that, but then they go away. But I absolutely love gardenias. They are the queen of the garden. Yeah. I don't think they really make a proper oil out of gardenia. I haven't really seen it. Honeysuckle jasmine is very difficult to make aromatherapy oil. Yeah, and you could go on and on and on. I mean, that whole mix is just so yummy. One of my favorite on its own is rose geranium because it kind of smells like a bit of a mix of those. Anyway, I'm not going to light incense because I'm still like tender in my head. And so you can please light incense for yourself. Now, Victor, we're waiting for you. How's breakfast? What is on the menu? And the cereal, what's the expect? Oh, Trista, I thought it was Millie, but then you pretty much like everything. Those are all, yeah, they smell that thing, wisteria house. My grandfather from my almost side was a perfumer, so it's in the blood somewhere. Oh. Yeah. Could usually do lavender or chamomile if you have a new brand. Or pet, but all best nothing, totally nothing. Tea tree is great. Tea tree is great. So let us, we are really, yes, and Victor, I am very much. That was also that caterpillar message for me today. It was part of that, was doing those little bits and focusing. Had lots of messages. And then Millie and I both shared Silkworm message, which was like the Silk Whisperer, which is just beautiful. Aww. Thank you, Grace. You've been so missed. I'm so glad that you're here. Yeah, I'm smelling a lot of sandalwood and those carnations. It's like the very Indian, those very rich scents. Rose is amazing. Yeah. And let us please wake up our beautiful third eye. Just massage it a little bit. And I like you can do the figure of 8. Remember, we're really welcoming in this energy of the moon. Just keep going, guys. No matter how tired you get, just really just try to do something. I think it's on Monday, 10 o'clock Pacific time is the moon. This one is quite important to have the right time. The reset moon. Buddha, all the Buddha people. And awaken this beautiful chakra here, our crown chakra, throat chakra, which has done so much trauma. And I've also heard that, well, we've been doing a lot of this over the last year, definitely the last 6 months, but this is going to be cutting all the traumas that we have had in the first 7 years of life, which sounds like such a beautiful blessing from the universe. And we can move on with a lot more lightness in our steps. So what's not done will just be cut and finished and clear. Lucky for the people that are waking up now, they don't have to do so much shit and trauma. But most of it, as I said, comes in your ear and through your mouth. So I would just massage your ears a little bit. It's also the shape of the room, and it's just kind of quite nice to work with it. You can do your temples if you can do it. I don't like it. It doesn't work for me. And then just massage down to your throat and to our beautiful 12-petaled lotus, which has this beautiful pearl within it, the perfect pearl. And within the pearl is a perfect crystal, which, if you look inside, has got everything in the cosmos floating within it. I know, it's so wonderful, huh? Such webs, such webs. Yes, we are all burning. Can you smell the tea tree? I work with tea tree for a long time because it cuts trauma. It cuts all things that don't heal on all levels, and it's a good antibiotic. And it's just, yeah, cuts all kinds of unpleasant fungi and parasites, and just keeps one a little. You can mix it with whatever oil you're using, but just a little bit. Yeah. So this image here is what I'm really working with and been working with and trying to get us to work with when you do the breathing. So that's the heart chakra, the still point. Black magic. That has been in my head for so long. The black magic woman. Yeah. We are all Magas. It comes from Magi. And we go through it and hopefully we come out of it. Yeah. Jimi Hendrix had a lot to say about it actually, because there was a time when he wore all those amazing clothes and he wore rings and he was like a very, very child and all of those things. And people would ask him, "Do you believe in it?" He says, "Well, something like it. You're silly if you don't believe in it." So he would use his rings, and the way that he dressed was really very empowering. And then he stopped. He just put it all aside. So we go through all of that, which is just really wonderful, so that you must know. It's like you've got to know the rules to be able to break them. But my just is always just don't get stuck in them. There's just so much for us to see and to learn. And if I have something that I like to put everything through, is my people perish for lack of knowledge or people for knowledge. If you take some of the words out, that's just been for me for years and years and years. And everything is magic. You cook, as soon as you become conscious, it becomes magic. Um, but sometimes I prefer to write it with a CK. Kali's full name is Black Magic. Kali is Hindu for black. Oh. No, she does, and she doesn't. There's actually Buglamukti really does the dark side of magic. But Kali, yeah, interesting. She's black. A lot of those blue people, they're blue, but they're also dark skinned. They were dark skinned. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking today while I've gone through this, just so that I can clear up a lot of those misconceptions about the Hindu religion, because right now they're doing all this like religious stuff. Yeah. I don't know if I've done like Indian Hindu stuff. I enjoyed that. I found it very, very difficult to. I think it's just the names. Yeah, tea tree is amazing. It's as a disinfectant in absolutely. It's part of the eucalypt. Yeah, and it is from Australia. Huh? Yeah, I didn't know it's part of the eucalyptus. Makes sense though. I love it too. It's just not too antiseptic. Well, yeah, I know, but they was also that was is but They are definitely from other planets, and I think it's Earth much further away than Andromeda. Yeah, I was actually really dipping into that. Andromeda is much further away from it. Away another galaxy, from far, far, far away. I've been really riding with Ganesha for a while. Anyway, let us clear this beautiful temple. And there's so much, I don't know if it's all over the place. People are waking up the temples. And it's lots of the little temples which are all over the holy sacred spaces that are opening up, that are being used. I'm not worried in the big ones. I mean, they've been so abused, and there's so much dark stuff that's been so abused. Yeah, this new pope's going to be interesting. You did know that Vance saw the old pope the day before he passed, and apparently Vance is not. He is a Catholic, but he's a he converted to Catholicism. He wasn't raised a Catholic. So who knows what conversations went on then. Not that it's important for us, we're just focusing on what we need to focus on, which is, for now, have the best day ever, have the best brunch ever, and think of us all while you're eating delicious, delicious, yummy brunch. I do love brunch, I do miss it. And we will see you tomorrow. No, I'll see you later. So, Victor, as you go out the door, you will hear the bells and you can take them with you. So let's go with center point. And creating this beautiful halo of healing and golden light around the top of our head. Side of the figure 8 around the bottom of us, creating also beautiful gold energy to walk forward with ease and grace. And beautiful grounding. Thank you, that's really beautiful. Really was humming. Yeah, the silk thing is really, so yeah, let's just carry on. So I'm like, I don't know why, I thought I was focused, but I don't sound focused right now. I haven't slept much. It's been quite a challenge. So this is my beautiful Ganesha that came up for me, and I've been really, it was like, so not him like this, but this whole thing is this beautiful sky blue. It's for me, I've like had so much healing in the last couple, I'm gonna cry actually, because I've had so much healing just in the last couple of days. I really nearly lost it on Wednesday. And yeah, thank you, Victor. I was thinking about that today. It's just to like, just carry on. You know who you are. But there's been like 40 years, yeah, close to 40 years of healing were actually done, if I think of that. And I'm just feeling like I'm in a space where I was before I went to America, which was, but there's a lot here with this. It's also relates to a very, very beautiful silk wall hanging, which we had, which was silk embroidered with gold. And I said that if there was just one thing I wanted from my father, it would have been that wall hanging. It just made me sing. It was the palest, most beautiful blue. He collected a lot of beautiful wall hangings and carpets, nomadic carpets. And this was a time when I was very involved with the magic. It was with magic and the moon, and crystals had just started for me. And It was a very, very special time. I had very long red hair. I was truly fallen out of the moon, um, full of unicorns and nature and the old Celtic stories and the Celtic magic. I studied Druidry, painted. I lived on a crazy little farm. Children went to the Waldorf school. Yeah, it was really, really very, very beautiful time. Started my healing, aromatherapies and massage. I'd also just lost somebody to suicide. So that is also always something that's what came up a lot during this time, is that whenever we're in a real deep pain, don't look at them as painful things, which is like great to be in gratitude for our pains. Look at them as a journey, as a springboard to actually a catalyst for something new. So if you can have that thought at the back of your mind, and remember that plants only usually they grow in the day, germinate in the dark. Yeah. So I haven't lost my pink, no, by no means, but I really have this beautiful turquoise crystal in my heart at the moment, more aquamarine actually. There's just turquoise sparkles. I really feel like I'm just in the moon. I've been blessed by the moon. So I'm trying to draw, but I can't. This is the closest that I can get a picture of it to show you so that you can enjoy that energy, because if I'm getting it, I love to sprinkle it all around. And that's been my walk this whole day, give or take an hour or two, and I haven't been thinking and been just focusing and manifesting and pouring all these gold stars with moon dust. It sounds like terribly Lala. And this incredible turquoise, aquamarine shade. So aquamarine is also one of those few crystals. And I've just got this aquamarine. It's not turquoise. I keep saying turquoise, but it's not. It's aquamarine. That has been implanted into my heart with sacred sigils upon it. It's something really new. As I said, I've also I don't know how many hearts I've had. A couple of days ago, I really felt that, and I'll share this with you because maybe you're going to get something similar. So don't, and if you don't, you can also visualize it. The energy just pouring through my head and just actually filling up all the cracks in my beautiful little tender pink heart. But now we have this beautiful turquoise aquamarine heart, which is just, it's got rainbows. Everything's got rainbow sheen to it. But yeah, turquoise aquamarine doesn't need cleaning. And it's just so interesting that I've just quickly looked, because then I thought, no, but then it's not turquoise, it's aquamarine, because turquoise was very powerful. It holds the sky path, and the aquamarine holds the mermaid breath and holds the keys and the codes to Lemuria and Mu and Atlantis. And the turquoise is very native to the Indians, to Tutankhamun, to those very strong sacred ancient temples. The Native Americans, I did say them, the Peruvians, they have that very deep, strong turquoise. It's a very, very highly protective stone. It's quite rare. They do a lot of fake turquoise, which is howlite, which has been dyed. So, but real turquoise is really beautiful. And real turquoise is not that turquoise. It's often very aquamarine as well. So yeah, I've been really dreaming and weaving this beautiful fabric in the. When Josh said today, something about what's in your universe? What do you see? What are you manifesting? What are you seeing in your universe? Well, that's what we're seeing in our universe. Lots and lots and lots of gold, and lots of healing. And yeah, because I know this, so I'm not doing it. I'm just I'm focusing what I'm seeing and just interpreting what I'm seeing. So yeah, lots and lots of this came up, and it's kind of that was on Wednesday, which is really intensely beautiful because it has all the elephants in it as well, and it's got Shiva here, and the North Star, and the figure of 8, and dear old Ganesha. And maybe they were whispering, and this was something, a fox, and the moon, and the sun, and this beautiful filigree work, which is just so reminiscent of the Indian path, that refinement of that road, that route. Yeah, my beautiful heart in my temple. And it's just so beautiful. I've got my father very strongly around me at the moment, which is really nice. So I think that's been a little while. So I think a lot of us, for definitely, it's the Elohim are out there in their golden glory. You might see them or feel them or call on them if you don't feel and you feel that you want this strongness. I must actually look at the seraphim. Millie, I know you do the seraphim. I don't really do that. I work with the Elohim, the golden energy, the golden rain, the golden dust. Yeah, lots of unicorns. Pick a unicorn, a real one or a fantasy one. I'm really being very real at the moment. Lots of, yeah. Few beautiful portals to. This is really like going back to when I really worked with unicorns and I drew them, and I had visitations from them. So I'm really like very, very blessed to be healed and to be nurtured and just to be able to lie in the sacred groves, nestled with them. Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of winged beings about. I won't say no if they're angels or not. I did mention somewhere that's the Hamsa. So if you want to do that breathing, is it just yeah, it's on the 14th, KB. But I'll send you, and maybe we must just do a quick. I do want to talk to you, see if you want to come on the show as well sometime. It's on the 14th. There's a conjunction with Saturn. I did write it down here. Somewhere I did. With Saturn and Pluto, and then a transiting Jupiter, something like that. But it's happening on the 14th. Oh, Neptune. Saturn conjunction with Neptune, and Jupiter transiting, which is the first time in 12,000 years. Yeah. Yeah, no, don't stress about it. Okay, we'll talk. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So if you can have a look at that. Yeah. 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 So that's 14th, and it's really big. And I've heard that it's the end of Kali Yuga. So if you don't know what that is, then you know the Indians have the epochs, yeah, the yugas, and there's this intense, deep transformation with this transit. Obviously, it doesn't happen over one day, but sometimes it pretty much does. It can. You've got to just get into that. Yeah, I know. I'm just feeling so delicious in there, Millie. I'm just like anybody that wants to come and join and come and just sit in this golden shower and be nurtured and loved by the mother and the holiness and all that sweet, sweet, sweet sacredness. No, it's just sometimes it just gets a little too much. I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful that I can go all these other places. But I'm really grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm just like encompassed and surrounded by this beautiful gold. And I wish it with almost all my heart because I want to keep some of my heart for me, and it's scary. You don't get all your heart away. I've done that too many times. I don't, so keep a little bit. Yeah, there's just so much nurturing with that aquamarine. It's the balance of harmony, and it's the balance between the sky and the earth. It's really what we're all working for and hoping for. That we are the balance, we are the light between the heaven and the earth. It's the blending, it's the holy us, right? And in Feng Shui, they put the turquoise food out, but you can use any turquoise in any room, but particularly in your family room, it just creates instant harmony between your family. It's just so soothing. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful color. So, yay! Do you think it's been the most intense year? That's what I was going to do today, and I just looked at some of it and I thought, it's just too much. These poor people, just like, let them just focus on the rainbow body for now. It's enough. We've all got more than enough to cope with. We've got our own medicines that we're working with. We've got our own meditation. We've got other people we support. We've got families. We've got whatever we're doing. So to just inundate you. So let's do this meditation before everybody runs away. Hi, Colin. Hi, Suki. Oh, yeah. Because I think this is just important to actually do this for a moment. Because you can do it afterwards, but it's just nice to. This is part of the sigil. Just let me know, because this is what we're working on. And if we don't get it this year, we just keep working at it, guys. These guys. This is what happened to Jesus. He just poof, or that's what he just poofed. That resurrection was this resurrection of the body, and I'll repeat it again and 100 times again and again. There's no you have to just visualize it. There's no formula really for doing it. You can make up your own formulas, but they would just go and meditate in the caves in Tibet. And they were most probably those ones like they're really like next to impossible to get to, where they had these paintings of the rainbow body. And yeah, this will also be changed. But the rainbow body is what we're all going for. The golden light, rainbow, crystalline, opalescent, whichever way you want to say it. And just keeping the sacred temples. And this is your sacred temple. There was quite a bit out there today about looking after the sacred temples. So we've been on this for a little while, which is really nice. We've got this awesome group, guys. We really we're getting things like really fast. And we're just like going in big leaps and bounds and deliciousness. Okay. So let us just, with my beautiful Tibetan Om brass bells, let us just relax and just breathe in and just let it all go out. And I wish that you can just see and feel some of these beautiful golden sparkles and breathe them into your Oh, we are so loved. The golden root, our base chakra. Trust the earth. Visualize a golden thread descending from your root into the crystalline core of the earth. Say aloud, I am anchored in the living library of Gaia. Breathe until your spine tingles and feel your guides at your back. The ruby sacral. Release fear and awaken flow. Place your palms on your lower belly and tone softly. Rum. Rum. Imagine a ruby orb swirling, like two golden snakes wriggling and juicing around. Let shame, comparison, and competition dissolve. My creativity is sovereign and safe. Solar flame, ignite your inner sun. Rum. Rum. See your solar plexus light up like a miniature sun, radiating amber and rose gold. Feel your will reclaim its throne. I choose to shine without apology. My emerald heart. Return to innocence. Breathe emerald green into your heart. Visualize the deer, the flamingo, the birds and the sacred animals circling you. Their eyes say, you are enough. You are ready. You are loved. And whisper, let my love be my shield. Sky blue throat, the sacred sound. Hum. Hum. Stretch your neck gently. Visualize blue crystalline petals blooming at your throat. And say, my voice is a transmitter of light. Sing or tone and trust what flows. Om. Indigo mind, stargate clarity. Place your hands over your third eye. Visualize a radiant indigo triangle opening, revealing the inner vision. It pulses. You see scripts of light and say, I receive only what is aligned with love. Our diamond crown. Om. The descent of light. See a golden orb descend from above your head. Let it pour over your body like liquid starlight. Let the orb hover and lock into your field. You are crowned. Say, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. My body is light. My life is service. My soul is truth. And seal yourself up in a beautiful golden crystalline bubble. And just let all those beautiful colors just meld. Nathan. Whenever it rains, for many years now I do it. When it rains, I always just wish may peace reign. So welcome. I hope you enjoyed that. I did. I find it's just, I think because so many people are really doing it right now. So I'll post this up, this picture, so you can meditate on it. Maybe I'll put it on my thingy, so I'll put it on Discord as well. You can download it if you like. What else have we got? Oh, that's the sigil for it if you like. You can meditate on that. I like to just visualize a bubble, and the bubbles everywhere. Yeah, a real bubble. We know what bubbles look like. So I'm not sure when I'll do a beautiful moon. I've got a beautiful moon meditation coming through as well. But just you'll get it in the daytime. I will sprinkle us all with moonlight today. So just get it. Yeah, you can sprinkle me with moonlight when you've got moonlight. Yeah. Our little friends are out. He's old, but he's still here. You know, we did such beautiful work. We've been so busy. Wow, and it's just May. It's the month of the goddess, the May Queen. Yeah, the moon in the heart sigil. It's interesting how some things come up before. I do want to just go into some of the moss. That's what I opened up. I opened that up on Tuesday before I broke my heart. And that's okay. So we've just been doing a lot of repairing. And not me. I'm just so blessed. I'm just so blessed. And these are our little forest friends. I think I'll put them up there because we really need to acknowledge them for this crazy little month of May. And soon we'll be going into Midsummer Night's Dream. So, oh, and look, here's this beautiful rainbow body. It's full of rainbows everywhere. So I'll put this up on Discord as well. Or, I don't know, does Grace have Discord? Grace? Yeah, bring it back. Yeah, we just want peace. Hey, I just want to cry with loveliness. So I'm sharing that all with you. I know it's been tough for all of us, guys, and my heart is really, really, really hard. You know, it hurts. Yeah, like all of our hearts hurt, but it's enough for now. Yeah, and it's enough. I'll put it on my thingy, or I don't have your email. I'll put it on my as a post. Yeah. And then you've got it on your phone or email. If you've got an email, do you want to, Millie, must I email it to you? No, don't make me do email. Emails are so complicated for me. Fall of the counter. Guys, we're so not alone, guys, you know, and sometimes they shout at us. I remember I had a very abusive relationship, but just to let you know how sometimes they really let you know you're not alone. And I have a picture of my mother's was on the wall, and it was getting a bit like hectic. It was, and this picture fell off, but it didn't fall off the wall. It actually, and he saw too, it jumped off the wall and it spun around and then it fell onto the ground. And I said, just be fucking, we are not alone. So we have some of these amazing things that can really and just I love those things, because then you know that you know that you know, and nobody can ever take those things away from you. You know, it's a difference to believing or trusting or hearing, but those are the know that we know that we knows. And don't doubt yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Especially, and just I know we love the fairies, don't we? We just want to go play with the fairies for a little while. You know, I can remember saying way back then in those days, who the F cares about 5D, guys? I'm just trying to get it together in 3D. You know, those were, yeah. It was it. Now we don't want to be 3D, but then it was just like that was just the beginning of the 5D talk that was in the early 90s. Yeah. Certain. We're all linking up. There is just so much out there right now. It's there's and it's not everybody. It's just, it's like everybody and their wife and their cousin and their 10 kids are out there, you know. But for me, I know that we've got tons and tons of fairies. My dog knows that for sure. He is doing so weird things. He jumps into the bushes and then he comes out again, and everybody laughs at him. And then he jumps into other bushes and he has a long sniffle around. Yeah, he takes the walk. For me, I know that there's tons of Elohim out there. Yeah. Love you, Nathan. It's so beautiful to see. Thank you. And holding space for you too. I'll remember. Sometimes I don't always remember you because you're not always in the thing. But always when I go for quite a long time, because you've been so supportive and you all love my 15 seconds or 3 minutes of greenery and bird song. So thank you for that, because I just did that to kind of show you guys where I live, and then it just became quite popular. And I get thousands of views. It's amazing. And I just do love the bird song. We're so blessed to have them. So you've become very, very special on my walks. When I go for a walk, I would obviously take you with me when I've got my camera, but even without him, we just all join in along and just enjoy the shower of gold. So who else have we got here? Yes, I did put the forest because this was a sigil for the forest. For me, you know, I'm always I do those lotus leaves, lotus. 100,000 million lotuses go out with a sacred pearl in them, a sacred drop of water, and bless people in their dreams. So tune into the ones that you feel you like. These are the ones I do see peeping around the trees. These are sigils of the New Eden, and the New Eden codes are back. If you see them, try to write them, try to draw them for yourself. She was part of the May Queen. And she's just dressed in such ancient fronds of fern. She's very special. Yeah. And then, sorry, it's jumped in there. It's especially for Millie, but it's especially for all of us. That is the gridding for now. It's been changing. It had been kept changing, but I don't see it changing right now. I think and I mean, it will change, but for now, it's pretty secure. I think a lot of people are looking after it, and it's really being anchored in. Um, I just love the trees are always showering gold. That's how I just see them, and I love to stand under a tree and just allow that gold just to dress me and bathe me and cleanse me, yeah, and breathe in the fairies. And sometimes I see them, and sometimes I don't, but I know that they're there. I mean, they cannot not be there, and sometimes I really feel. And we've been finding all these little pathways, and the leaves and the birds make the leaves work, and I hear the birds and I see the birds song. So just close your eyes and ask to see what they're singing. There's been singing codes forever. Morning is broken. So we've seen my forest. So I'm not joking. It does look like that. With a little imagination, it looks like that. Doesn't take much. Sometimes you will see a being that is quite dark and can be quite scary. Obviously, ask who you are. You can tell them to go. But sometimes why they're dark is because their light is so bright. So they are usually, and it's not black. They're usually dressed in it could be almost black, but it's usually shimmering. No, but do test because we are being visited. So you might get visited, you might not. You might see elves. And do you hear a rustle in the hedgerow? Stairway to heaven. And just like know that it's there. Yeah, well, maybe it's a bird, and yeah, maybe you really did see a little elf scurrying through there. So these were the water beings. I didn't go because we've been doing up this ancient water. But yeah, this is just the gold body. Victor's putting this beautiful pyramid heart in. Enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah. I work with pyramids in my hands, in my feet, in my head, and my heart, in the back of my heart. But this is, in reality, I think, what the rainbow body looks like for most people. Maybe some people see it a lot brighter, but it is just a shimmer like a bubble, And if God is light, and if we pour light through a prism and it makes a rainbow, then surely God is a rainbow. It's just a simple mathematical equation. And this is when we meditate and we can get all these codes, and whether we see them or we don't, they're there. This was a healing one, so if you're feeling like healing and just curling up into a little ball, remember you have sacred keys. Bring that holy lotus with you. Really visualize it, because it also relates to Om Mani Padme Hum and to the compassionate Kuan Yin, deeply compassionate Kuan Yin. The lotus was also very sacred in Egypt, but I prefer Kuan Yin right now. Yeah. Very sacred heart codes. These are my best ones. This is what I like us to look like when we meditate. So visualize this is our heart and just emanating light and gold. It's not difficult. Or is it difficult? Okay. Yes, there we go, Nathan, into fairy realms. So just keep reminding yourself. And you're in Canada. There's some beautiful stuff there. Or silkies or something. Yeah. So just hold on to that, Karen. I can see you as this beautiful mermaid with this long red hair singing. Oh, do you know Kelly Kolodny, the angel Raphael? She uses that song. I was in such tears yesterday, and you sing it so beautifully. I don't know if she's got it on. We all did a thing where we worked with the figure 8 and we chose a code. And she has done this beautiful grid around the earth. You can go and do one anytime on her site, but we'll talk about it. Yeah. And she uses that song. Yeah. And just, guys, we've got imagination. That's what's saving us. You know, we've been told we play with the fairies, or I wouldn't use my imagination. As interesting as it is, I don't use it. No? I like to prove things. I like formulas. My father once said, when I was making zillions and billions and pots of money, and his only comment was, well, I suppose witch doctors could make money as well. What the fuck? Because it's not where I came, and I wasn't taught that way at all. I was taught very logically and full of formulas and by engineers. Thank you. Yeah, that's my life. It's my world. So, yeah, this is, when I talk about doing that up and down, it's not as nice as it looks like when I do it from in my being. And as I said before, when do I do it? I do it like so often. And on a walk, I will maybe not do all of them, but I will do a lot of them. And it's not like I'm sitting and doing this. These are just things that kind of go like breathing, or blowing your nose or something. Sometimes I do sit and do it, but these are things that I'm doing while I'm doing something else. Yeah. When I do other med, but these are the ones that I like to walk around with. This one's very easy. Also, you can just visualize these 2 golden snakes up your back, and coming out is this beautiful white. I like white. Well, it's iridescently opaly white lotus. It's not 10,000 petaled lotus. It's just like a lotus. It looks actually like that. And then the light just streams forth. You don't have to just ask to see it. You don't have to look too hard. And these are also, they're very healing, because we want this light in. And these are healing, and these are making our body healed. They are going to prevent us from absorbing all the shitty toxins. And just the sooner you start doing this, the better. And the more often you do it, you can do this while you're driving your car. I know I shouldn't say that, but you can do this while you're driving your car. You can do it while you're washing dishes. You can do it while you're in the garden. It's just like connecting them to the tree of life and with sacred codes. It's one of my favorite ones to do. And as I said, it's the Soham. They work with it both ways, but usually it's from the heart chakra up to the crown chakra, or to the third eye, and holding it there. And it's so, and that actually activates our wings. So the more that we do that, and do them when you're lying in bed, just before you go to sleep, just breathe up and down. The more you do it, and you don't realize how many minutes those, like 2 minutes here and 5 minutes here, are adding up to, like, you'll say, Makula, I've actually done this for a couple of hours today, and I didn't realize it. And that's the black star and the black diamond path, but don't worry about that right now. Just enjoy this stuff. Enjoy the beautiful simplicity of the Merkaba and of breathing. And I think that's what it's all about, yeah. Let's not forget what it's all about for now. The Wesak Festival, there's quite a few Ascended Masters there, so if you want to pop in, I'm sure you're welcome to pop in. I did put, Millie, I'm sure if you meditate on something similar to, or on those Tibetan pictures. I'm sure that you will find yourself around the campfire. Be lovely to see you, sweetheart. And these are our collective. This is like our bag, our loot bag. I didn't play enough games. I didn't play games. I don't play games. I wasn't allowed to play. I had to read and study. And my mother was so worried that I would hurt myself or get wet or something, because I was lucky to be normal, though we don't know about that one. So these are very, very sacred symbols. This is the eightfold path of the highest realms. This was interesting. We asked PG about this one because I didn't know that one. I can't remember what he said. But we have the sun and the moon, and obviously Metatron's sacred cube. And I'm not sure what this one is, but it's the cube. And this is the flower of life. And this, as I said, I just see this, and I still see it when we're doing our meditation with Victor. And are we not so lucky that we are meditating twice a day without a minimum, without even realizing it? And this is the 5 elements, and obviously the sacred thing. And if you can, if you're blessed enough to have a garden, please do some installation in your garden. So you can just do like the dots, or you can do a spiral in the garden, or you can do a figure of 8 with stones or something. So I'm going to start sending moonshine tonight, because I just think it's so important. I think it's been really hot, pumping up very fast since that pink. It's a month. I can't believe it's only a month. It feels like a long, long, long time. So that's that. Which one, Grace? I don't know. I'll put them all up. I'll put these all up. You know, some of it's fine. That song, you must go on to, if I'm talking about, you must go on to Care Bears. Oh, thank you, Corinne. Absolutely, and I will. I'll put it up on my. If it's, I would put them. I'll put them up on Discord, and I will put them up on as a post. I'm going to do it right now. Corinne, you must go on to Care Bears. She's got a short. I think it's a short. And she is, I don't know the words of it. I'm just going to cry because I just know the energy of it. So it's just way too beautiful. And I'll see if I can try and find. So yeah, it's on KBS channel. Am I right, Karen? Karen. And every time, and I would just get so emotional when Kelly did it. I will see if I can try and find if there's a video on YouTube. I'm not sure if she just did it, but I'll hunt it, and if it's there, then I will repost it and let you know. Right. Oh yes, isn't it nice? It's what we all want, the opalescent, the shiny stuff. Hey, full around. Yay! So very emotional. Please be emotional. Your tears are so healing. Don't hold them back. We are being so blessed and so washed with golden light. Be positive without like being positive. Just like catch that bliss wave and hold it and feel it, and then make it bigger. And we can do it. We're just turning it up. We're turning it up. We're turning it up. Catch yourself as quickly as you can going through the negative shit stuff in your head, because you don't need those things. I like to just I love you, Millie. I'm going to put that, and thank you, my beautiful worm sister. My little weaver, my little, what is it? Oh, little worm whisperer. Little silk whisperers. Oh, making such beautiful clothing for everybody. I am actually trained as a dress designer, as a fashion designer. Let's study that. Yeah, I used to like that. Making clothing. But that is the oldest profession, not prostitution, because Adam and Eve had fig leaves, so that's the oldest profession. They always say the oldest profession is prostitution, but it's not. Love you, love you, love you, Millie. And bless your daughter. Have a most beautiful day today. Yeah. Karen. Put along a Karen. Karen. I think car. I don't know. We usually spell it with a Karin. Now they don't spell it with an E-N. Then we know it's car. The Germans are very literal in everything. Yeah. Much love to everyone. Yes, I'm very emotional. I'm really, because I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for so much gold, and I just want you all to have it, because I want us all to just do this and just jump up another level. And I want to just give it through to us that we're doing this and it's real. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's okay. I don't mind being emotional. It's family. And tears are good. Not for too long, but just for a little while. Tears are good. It's all good. Because, yeah, I think it's Monday. Yeah. So it is just the most powerful full moon of the year, the Taurus full moon. And it's the second of 3. So from the pink moon, the pink full moon was preparing and building up to this one, and then it goes whoop, which is many people see it, and there've been many photographs of it taken as well, of the rainbow that when Buddha that energy just descends in the Resac Valley. And as I said, it's at 10 a.m. Pacific, so it's nice if you can tune into it. And then everybody gets filled up with this beautiful energy, but we've been all night working with it, yeah. And then it's distributing it over the next month and sharing it however you're going to do it. We don't know what's coming up. Oh, it's okay. Today is really beautiful. Today is the day to be full of gold and turquoise and lots of gold dust. I'm so privileged to be able to see this stuff. And a big wish is that you can see it too, because it's really beautiful to know that. It's just nice to know, because we're doing all this stuff by so much faith. Aren't we just amazing? Yeah. But you see, the more that you see it and the more that we do it, the more that we're creating it, because we're creating it. And this was the word. And when we are really strong, we will be able to just do the word like this. But right now, it takes a lot of time, because our energies are not as strong as they can be. So it's all practice, focus. I'll tell you about focus tomorrow. Emotional is very good. It's absolutely good. Yeah. And it's quite nice to it is not a pity cry. This is just a grateful cry, and it's so nice to have a grateful cry, not a pity cry. It's just a beautiful cry, so it's like completely. But you know that your tears taste completely different. If you just try and notice that sometimes, if you're laughing with tears, or if you're crying with gratitude, they taste sweet. And if you're crying because you're sad, having a pity party, they're salty or bitter. It's just so amazing. The body is just so clever, and it's so full of its own drugs. Oh, I had nice drugs for us who ever wanted to do that. drugs. Oh, what did I do? This was just for Grace. It's actually for everybody because I just thought we'd just put Durga up there with all her beautiful tools. She is just so amazing, and I love that the women in the Hindu do the fighting. You know, men are good at it, but hey, when a woman wants to protect her children, she will fight like a spider. You know. And she just gets this incredible power from somewhere within. Nothing wrong with being a man, but it is very like female. No, it's balanced power at the moment, guys. It's very balanced. But embrace her. I'll put some nice stuff up, so it'll be, and that's just that. If you don't want to work with colors, it's just working with sacred geometry up and down your spine, new DNA. Those were nice. What did I want to see? Oh, here we go. Oops. Why is it not happening? There we go. Yeah. You can just breathe those. Those were like the first flowers and the first fungi. I think they were from Lemuria when I was. Yeah, there's quite a bit on Lemuria out there at the moment, or even older, the land of Mu, and some of the original people that wrote about it and went exploring and wrote stuff. I always like the factual stuff a lot first. Well, though sometimes it's all bullshit too, you know. I mean, Darwin just filled up the space on his page, and just because he wanted to be in the community, a fellow, you know, and he just laughed at everybody while everybody went woo woo woo. So, and there's just so much of that, but just that's why it's so nice when you see the orbs and you see the color energies, and you can see the extra sparkles into different realms without drugs. I'm so glad I never took drugs. So I really regret that I didn't. Because then I know that I know, you know, it's not. And this one is your heart. Just keep that vision in your heart. So I'll put together some things. It'll be a couple of posts on both platforms. So just this is your medicine, your prescription to get through the next month. Oh, hello, big flash. Yeah. So I love us all so much. They do. Hey, Grace, I'm so glad you noticed. Yeah. Yeah, just Nathan, I think you have missed your Darwin. He was such an asshole. He was really a horrible person. Anyway. Yes, that's to say, Darwin, he changed it completely. It was totally ridiculous BS, and he laughed at everybody. And he was not a nice person. And who also, it's just like some of that stuff is just read it. And does it really matter? Like that was also, what's his name? Zechariah Sitchin. He translated the Sumerian tablets and came up with all the Anunnaki wars and blah, 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 blah. But he didn't translate, and he knew he didn't. I was watching a woman a little while ago, and you could just see so much pain. And she said, I've translated them, and he got a lot of, he didn't do it right. And he just like puffed himself up, you know, these little puffers. And we're just so, that's why I love the Hindu stuff. Yeah. I wanted to talk about the Silk Road, but I'll talk about it tomorrow, and about the earth, and just some other little tricks we can use. So don't watch the news. Tune into the water babies. Yeah. Enjoy the silk. Yeah, silk was beautiful. You can maybe meditate yourself. Just be out in the sun as much as you can because this sun is going to disappear. You won't notice it, but you will. So the whole energy is quite different. Sitchkin. Thank you, Karen. Karen. Yeah. Not Zachariah Sitchkin. Yeah. And now that they have AI to translate it, it's also quite clear. On some levels, um, it's quite interesting. I was just listening to an interview with Deepak Chopra that he's been like teaching AI a thing or two. So it's always no news. And don't get stuck in too many of those things. The best things that we can really do is be real, go for walks, tune in with our crazy kid, come home, make something nice to eat with love, bless our food, bless our water, love our children, make something beautiful with our hands, play a game, maybe do a little bit of intellectual thoughts. Yeah, yeah, no, it's a long for someone. It's a very because the Indians are brought up with it from before the womb, and it's just it's a way of life. It's not a religion at all. Oh, but Nathan, I was just saying, I like attire got like a disposal. Like we have those disposal units in your basements in the States, and that's kind of what I feel I have around me. Not at the, but I did for a long time, and it's kind of white, bright white light, and it's also part of my macabre. And when I would have these thoughts come up, and they lots come up from when I was 3, like when I was 5, and hello, thank you very much for sharing. And thoughts are like that; they're so quick. But if you get stuck in it, you can go down such a beautiful roller coaster road, and then it's like, oh no, and then that happened, and then uncle, and then that one. So the sooner you stop yourself and just put it into it, just and then focus again on your goal or on your third eye or whatever keeps you together, on your heart, on your love. Yeah. Deepak that when I was in. Yeah, I did a show. It was the first like metaphysical show that we had in South Africa, and Deepak came to the thing. But our African people, Dale isn't here because he would laugh nicely. They called him Mr. Deep Chop. He was, no, Mr. Deep Chop. And I can still see because he walked in and my stall, I had a feng shui stall because I second or the third time I've done a really big feng shui thing. They were great days. And it was like, when was it? Yeah, the 90s. And we locked eyes. Like I saw him and he saw me. And you never forget that, if you lock eyes with somebody who was very young and thin in those days. But he was Mr. Deep Chop, and then now I can just still see his eyes. Yeah, so I'm very blessed to have seen him. I'm also very blessed to have been in the same room as Nelson Mandela. I'm really blessed. What an energy. Those you. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Another storyteller, so choose what you read, what you put into yourself, what you read, your 5 senses, what you eat, what you smell, what you taste, what you hear. What else have we got? What you feel, what you touch. Mm-hmm. Like with the touch stuff, I mean, the Rudolf Steiner philosophy is really beautiful on that. Like if your children, nursery school children are painting, they need to have the best paper. It's not yeah, the best paper, the best paint, the best crayons, that really work, and it does make a big difference, if you paint them with a decent, but you teach them how to work with it, yeah. Yeah, deep chop is deep chop. I never really got into deep chop, considering that I actually had such a focus with them. But when I went through my really this recent crazy, he was very much there for me. Doing his, and they were the Indian mantras. No, I had a lot of luck. It wasn't really, yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I never got into deep chop too much. Hey, he's done a good thing, and it's also, it's that's why they're different teachers, because not everybody's quite boring. And I always just would say, I mean, we like most of us like strawberries, but how boring if that's all we had to eat. I mean, God's just been so amazing. Excuse me for just saying God. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you choose who you like to listen to. I don't like that. What's his name? Uh, a New Earth. That German dude, Tolly. Um, no. Who did I really listen to? No, you know what? I think that music was huge for me, and mythology and stories. Rudolf Steiner, obviously. Yeah. Because Rudolf Steiner really satisfied a lot for me on that nice intellectual, which he satisfied the fairies and the color and the angels and the monsters and the negative elementals and the positive elementals and the Christianity and the Jesus and the Mary and the Yeshua. So that was, and then the learning and the teaching and the painting and the music and the dancing. He's quite a character, Mr. Rudolf Steiner. So and the architecture and the planting, and he's part of that whole huge philosophy. I mean, I started the Waldorf as a cigarette factory, but the thing was that the Waldorf schools should be self-sufficient. They shouldn't ask any money from the state. So, and he looked after everybody. Okay, so attached to the Waldorf school, there would be. So I was going to go, but I went to America instead. A half people village. There's always a half people village where there's Rudolf Steiner, because he said that they're not half people. Remember, they were castrating them, putting them in concentration camps. So he was rescuing them and teaching them music, or painting, or getting them to garden. So they were really like so useful, or weaving or something. And they would grow vegetables, the half people, and they would sell them then at a market. And people could buy fresh vegetables and whatever the toys, the wooden toys, and handmade candles, etc., and clothing that they made. So that would supply their needs, and it would supply for the school. So and then you'll always see that there's a beautiful market, a Waldorf market attached to the schools. So people that go to the school can also make money. And then they'd do these moonlight markets and concerts, which we had to pay a little bit, not much, but just to support, so that they were self-sufficient. Totally, yeah. So, wow, yeah, Greg Braden's got quite a. He just reminds me of man, what's that guy? With the claws. uh, I can't think of him now. Mm. Yeah, yeah. You see, like Grace loves it. I didn't really like. Maybe you know what? I'm being rude because I've never read a book of his. I just don't like the way he talks. It just irritates me for some reason. Mm-hmm. Greg Braden. You don't know Greg Braden? I did do a little bit of Greg Braden. I used to like Edward Grant, but I don't anymore. I call him I mean, I don't mind it, but I just call him the white jacket club. Um, I mustn't because I can I'm rude. I just I hear them. I hear what they're saying. I know that they're saying truth, but I just don't get into the egos. Mm. What was her name? You see, I can't hear anything. Um, I like Martha Beck. Martha Beck, she did quite a few beautiful workbooks. It's one thing I know with these clever people. She had like 4 PhDs. So I didn't mean to, I only just thought about that now. But she started, her first was like Raising Adam or something. I never read that one. But that was both her and her husband were like serious intellectuals. And then she had this Down syndrome baby. And how she was ostracized by the intellectuals because of this child. Yeah, Greg Braden. Greg Braden's really he's got some amazing stuff to talk about. He's really one you should really sit. I do like his work, but you should really just sit up and listen. But I think like I don't want to sound so arrogant, but I do know. It's like I know that I know that. You know, it's like I know. So it's like I know. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I've really done like a lot of Steiner stuff. And who else? And Jesus, you know, for me it was just ask, because my Lord, just ask to get the answers. But I didn't do a church thing. I pulled out of that quite quickly. And Martha Beck was really nice. I really liked her work. Um, yeah, yeah. I read a lot of really beautiful, and I did the Conversations with God, which was really lovely. That's I'd written my own, and I said, why did I throw them away? What I didn't, I gave them to the African people, and they said, you know what you've written me? I said, yeah. They said, don't you want them? I said, no. So somewhere along the line, they spread all over the townships. I wrote volumes of stuff, and then I put them into America. I have to think who's been my big teachers. Music. Mr. Jimmy. Music was my biggest teacher. I don't, yeah, music was my big, yeah, music was my biggest teacher. And literature and poetry, yeah, William Blake and poetry, yeah. And just real life in a way, you know, real people suffering. And then they said my parents taught me to think. So it's quite nice sometimes for me because I don't like to copy, so I come up with original things. Who do I like right now? I'm trying to think who I like right now. I listen to Patricia Robles. She does irritate me, her voice, sometimes. I wish that it didn't. I wish that I could listen to her things over and over again. But she's really lovely. I love Paramahansa Yogananda, but I only got to that quite late in life. And then I also said, but you have no idea what my life's like, so we'll meet in Tibet and we'll talk around the campfire, but you don't know what my life's like. I think that's why I'm really right now just really enjoying the Hindu stuff, but from Hindu people. And I don't want to listen to any Westerners talk about it, because they just satisfy so much of our crazy personalities, you know. But we'll talk about that another time. Poetry, yeah, I used to write poetry. Also wasn't very good at it. I used to memorize stuff. My mother was always say, like I'd come home from school, say I had to memorize this book. She said, don't be stupid. I said, no, I'm not going to memorize it. You know, you're supposed to read it and know it well. So I had to memorize the whole thing. I was very blessed to have amazing teachers every year. And theatre, I love that kind of drama and theatre, and I was surrounded by some interesting people. Oh, that was where we read the Eric von Daniken, we read the Tutankhamun when I was younger, and all of those, they were all there when I was younger. Madame Blavatsky, the Great White Brotherhood, along with Treblinka and Last Tango in Paris. So, yeah. I think sometimes when you can read so well when you kind of so ahead when you're younger, it's not so nice because you just read the words and you don't get the meaning behind the stuff. But yeah, real life stories, I like biographies or autobiographies, yeah. And then they say it's just then it's real stuff, real people and their lives and how they got through. How they got through the war or Russia or I went through some of those big things, like Dostoevsky and what was his name, Solzhenitsyn. There's some really heavy literature I did read indeed. Please just read and Milton Boone. So not that you read Milton Boone, but just like lighten up. And any book that I read, even if it was like a novel, it had to be like historical novels. Yeah. And I liked reading the encyclopedia. Very boring. It's like so heavy on. Yeah. I think it's our ADHD, Karen, because I had it also with books that I used to at one stage write short stories. And then I read a lot of fantasy and obviously the Lord of the Rings and the what was her name? McGuinn, what was her name? She wrote the Earthsea trilogy. I don't know if anybody read those. And then the Dragon books. Oh wow. And McCaffrey. Oh, they were just so amazing. Yeah. And then I read the Thomas A Kempis and goodness. That was like very heavy, like Christian literature, Jiggy literature. And books on fairies, and then when those like books on the reality of fairies came out, I'd read those and the reality of the known books and the fairy books that started coming out then. And yeah, the life stories of artists I liked very much. So that's my and designers, architecture. Stuff that it's so boring. So heavy. No wonder you contact me anyway. Oh, great Nathan as a kid. Thank you. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, they just, I want to read. They're the best books ever. Have you read them all? Oh, that was so magical. Ursula Le Guin, that was the other one. Did you read her? We were lucky we didn't have television. Hadn't been invented yet in South Africa. Oh, oh Grace, did you ever read the Dragon Riders? The Dragon books? Oh. And then there were, I don't know, oh God, when I got married, my husband had a whole pile of like the strangest books. When you buy books secondhand, only buy books secondhand, then you end up picking up weird things. And he had this collection. They were unicorn bantam fantasy books. They were so trippy. They were like on the next level. I tried at one stage to get into science fiction. I tried very hard to read science fiction. but it didn't really gel with me. I really tried hard because it was like the thing. But I liked the fantasy books. I think it was absolutely wonderful. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, I forgot. Oh, and then yeah, he had like a whole pile of really weird books and some really old books. And I mean, I would just go through the bookshelves. So I'd read like really weird things on cannibalism from like the 1800s and how they would cook the food, what it tasted like. And yeah, I would read really weird books, American Way of Dying, how to be a mortician. So I had some very dark in my life. Um, but we should write again, Karen, just for ourselves. No, no, I do like Greek Raven. Um, what's his name? Shame he just passed now. Gilbert, Dr. Robert Gilbert. Other Karen's not here, but he has the Vesica Institute. Grace, do you know of him? He was also on Gaia. I'm actually going to join Gaia so I can just do his course. But he just passed about a month or two ago. Shall only cry. He was amazing. But if you want a nice, like, broad perspective, he knows about everything. He's a bit like Rudolf Steiner, and he relates a lot to Rudolf Steiner and to geometry. And he was trained by Muslims, which was very interesting. But he's also an ex-military, top secret military guy. And then he got into other stuff. But he's just so wonderful. For me, I just love the way that he talks. He's got such a beautiful way of doing stuff. Yeah. I'm so glad do all these encyclopedia things. Mm. And then comics, because I was never allowed to read them at home. So whenever we went to the doctor or something, I would, I would read all the Archie comics that the kids they put out there for the kids. I wasn't interested in the adult magazines. They were boring. Yeah, I'm this adult and I'm reading all the Archie comics. I did like comics. I loved Asterix. I liked the Asterix things very much. Yeah, just write and draw. I find Googling drawing tells kids is really lovely. No, the Dragon Riders of Poem. As well, did you read the Ursula Le Guin? And then what were those others? The bear ones I didn't get into so nicely. I read June, but I didn't understand it too much. Just to, yeah. Yeah. And now I don't read anymore. So, and I'm trying to think. But then, yeah, then I did that. Oh, what was that one then? Oh, I'm trying to think what I used to read. And then later on, it was like the historical novels and Mists of Avalon and, those things that kind of taught you all about that lovely stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to read the good stuff, but I couldn't. Yeah. And now it's like it's even more boring. Yeah. Not really, not too much. Not too much. The only graphic one was um Asterix. I think because I had a Latin teacher and she was really crazy. No, she was not nice crazy. She was the vice principal and she was really mean. And we had to always talk Latin. We had to speak to her like this. Oh, very true. Quaquam magistra, which is it's the Roman salute. We never thought about it as anything else in those days. And you couldn't talk to her in English. You could only talk to her in Latin. And her name was Miss Friel, and she drove this ancient old car, one of those real bubbly things. And she was the vice headmistress of this high school I went to. And she looked like an old tortoise. She couldn't have been Mrs. She had to be Miss. and she would do tours in Rome, and she would bring back like Roman strings of their sandals or nails or whatever. But she would read Asterix to us because it was correct. So, I don't know. Wheel of Time. I must have a look. Oh, have you done? Oh, the Mist of Avalon is just too beautiful. Oh. And it's good. So we read some of the nice stuff as well. And obviously, yes, Lord of the Rings. Read them first time, and then I had the tapes, which I bought in London. And then we had the movies, so I would read those quite often. And then the other ones as well. The uh, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe ones. Yeah. So, yeah. What else? Grace, have you done the Mist of Avalon? You look like you should read it. It's the and then I don't know, I found like a whole lot of books that I don't remember who they were by, but I would just had this eye for managing to get them at the library that were all around that whole theme, the Mists of Avalon. I don't know what Wheel of Time is. I have to have a look. Is it a watching thing? What did I watch? Oh, I don't know what I watched. I have to write this down. Wheel of Time. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, yeah, it is there. And it's just so wonderful to do like a whole weekend, like a serious weekend. Mhm. Oh, Karen, that's amazing. He was South African. Did you know that? Tolkien. And a lot of it was based on a little place called, I forgot now. It's in the Cape. Oh, man. Hogsback, the area, and it's just like one of those. South Africa's full of those little magical places, but this one's particularly magical. It's like in a valley, and it's just completely magical, and that's where a lot of his imagery came from. This Hogsback. Ah, oh, okay. Gollum, Gollum, Gollum. Yeah. And I read a lot of the other C.S. Lewis books as well. Where they have those discussions between the devil and the person. I suppose I've always been a seeker in a way, you know. I hadn't read the Bible yet. In South Africa, I don't know. Oh, Grace, you must try and get it. I think you might like it. If you like King Arthur, that's written that it's really beautifully written. I think it was Barbara Taylor Bradford, if I can remember. I don't know if you can maybe get it as an ad in audits. I don't know. I used to love books. Yeah, I went through a whole lot of those. Oh, okay, nice. Where? In South Africa. Lindsay, welcome. We're still talking. We're still playing. Where did you go, Karen? In South Africa. It's far away for you. It's a big place. You'd probably to Cape Town. Everybody goes to Cape Town. Cape Town, I don't like Cape Town. Everybody loves Cape Town. I don't like it. Yeah, I did read. Yeah, I did read it. I read the Bible as well. So I do know the Bible book. Yeah, yeah, very strong, very strong. Yeah, I did like this before I went to America, and then I went to England, and then I came back with all of that like totally bubbling in me, along with Christ within you and these like obscure books that I bought there as well. I came back with so many books. Good heavens, 96 kilos of books. We were starved in South Africa. Oh, oh, you lucky girl. What a good place to go, Karen, to the Kruger. And then Cape Town. I'm glad you went to the Kruger first. Was it hot? It's always hot up there. Did you see animals? You're very lucky if you saw them there. Oh, then you went to Antarctica for a total solo. Oh, fabulous. What a journey. Yeah. Garden Route's very beautiful in Cape Town. I don't know why I don't like it. No, I don't know. I don't like the energy there. Oh, Boulders is beautiful. Boulders is up north by the Kruger. No, that's not a beach. Boulders is, and it's also in Boulders. I don't know Boulders Beach. Ah, yes, then you will definitely love The Mists of Avalon. It is definitely a classic. She wrote other books, and there's nothing like those. That was definitely a channeled book, like pure. I mean, before people were talking about channeling. And then, what was the other one? He wrote all about the pillars of the world. I can't remember his name now. I think he started off with the four pillars of the world, which was about building the cathedrals, which was just amazing. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Oh, and Heard the Lions. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know Boulders in Cape Town. There's some beautiful beaches in Cape Town. It's not the warmest water. So when you go, then if you want to go to Natal, you can do the Wild Coast, and that's completely different. That's semi-tropical, full of mangoes and pawpaws and snakes. So very lovely. Yeah. And then we've got the mountains. Oh, we've got lots of beautiful places in South Africa. Yeah. Yeah, I think that Cape Town. Every time I've been to Cape Town, I haven't had a real experience. I think from when I was like a baby and we went up the cable car and I was really a baby and I had a big poo in my nappy. So when you're in the cable car and you're with people, so I don't think I enjoyed that. So since then, Cape Town hasn't been my best place whenever I go down. Either I go, because it was really windy, I had an umbrella. And I was a teenager, I was like 13, I mean, I was quite small. But whoops, the wind took me off like Mary Poppins. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's really windy in Cape Town. Mhm. Ah, ah. Room is probably a nuts Templar. Yeah, try and look at the Vesica Institute or anything I think you might enjoy by have you got a pen? I remember his name. No, I forgot it. Robert, Dr. Robert. Oh. But if you look at the Vesica, I can't remember. I had it earlier. I did tell you. Dr. Robert. He doesn't have ego. He's just so beautiful. Mm, yeah. The other one, Robert Edward Grant, gets just bothers me sometimes a little bit. He's just, I know, I mean, because people say to him that his previous life bother him, what he's done. And he said, well, does the butterfly judge itself for being a caterpillar? Which was a brilliant answer. I mean, he's very clever. And there was a time how I kind of got aware of him was actually in 2018 or 2019 because he developed a chip that goes into your brain for your eye, and I thought it could work for my eye. So that's what kind of went down that. And then I loved his maths. He just started writing his book on maths. And I do like maths. I love maths and geometries and stuff. But then I got to know a little bit more about him. He developed Botox. And he's very, very wealthy. He developed Botox. But he also made his money with Schedule, what are they? Schedule, not Schedule 6, Schedule 8 drugs. And it just thrills me. So it's a good South African word. Because those people are all so ridiculously fucking rich, like mega money. And those are the drugs that they give to Africa that are experimental or no longer good or have been proved not to be good. And I've met a couple of people that have done that, and they all turn my stomach. So maybe I'm just being really judgmental to Mr. Grant, because that's where he made that's what he did for many years. He worked with supplying those drugs. So we've never really gone into what it is. Because I just know what it is. So how can you live with yourself while you're doing that? I just don't know. But you can hear. I mean, if you develop Botox, which is like very toxic, and you're developing all those other drugs, it's also fucking toxic, guys. And Ebola drugs and Ebola experimental drugs. But that's what just got me in South Africa, that those people are like that's serious money that they have. So it just doesn't sit right for me. Karen, we're going to go. I'm sorry, was I rude about the drugs there? I told you I can be really judgmental. Well, I don't like to call it judgmental. I just like to think I've thought about it. I always said, like, I don't mind. I'll clean toilets. I'll do a lot of things, and I have when I was in America. I don't mind doing that. I do whatever I've got to do. Yeah. But some things I would not, if I really, I don't know if I'd really like selling sweets, being a rep for a sweet company. I'll buy sweets even, but to actually promote them and push them, I don't think that I could. And we've had such a wonderful, I don't know, this is going to be such a short, I was just going to do a quick thing and then go. So, no, we didn't. No, we had a long thing, and that was really lovely. So thank you for a very beautiful Friday evening here, which I've enjoyed. And it was really lovely having a book chat with us girls and a little cry. And yeah, it was really nice. Yeah. Thank you. I did enjoy. And enjoy the moonshine that you get showered with, and enjoy the beautiful gold energy. Let me go put all that stuff on now, otherwise I'm going to get sidetracked and not want to do it and do other things. So love, 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 love. So much big love and leave you. And yeah. Did oh, is my picture not on? Oh look, I have no camera. Oh, there we go. There I am. Sorry guys, you see I don't see this stuff. That's really nice of you that you didn't even see a person and nobody told me. I'm sorry for that. Love you guys. So we'll see you tomorrow. or later on tonight, somewhere along, somewhere where we teleport to along the YouTube. It's like the Tube of London. Mwah. Bless, 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 bless. Have an amazing, amazing Friday. And don't forget to kiss the sky and hug a tree. Love you lots. Bye.